Hey, listen to Cookout Podcast, episode 305. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan. We're going to continue the arcs and the secrets of EDH by talking about being a good citizen. Now hit our theme song! Hey Ryan, we're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole ton is going down. We're going to continue the arc of the secrets of EDH by talking about a deck sent in by one of our buddies who needs, I think, a little boost at this point in time. We got some stories to tell, some people to thank. Before we get to any of that, we have to thank our official business, Daddy'sFusionGamingOnline.com, their source for all your gaming needs.
Very much so. Two things. I got an order coming from Fusion. Very important that I get this order because it's got cards that I'm personally going to use.
Oh, dang.
That I personally used CCO Spring promo code on.
Wow.
Saved 5%.
Oh, I talked about it on Twitter. I have 4 orders coming. They're my pre-orders from New Capenna because I can't be trusted to do anything on my own, and I kept forgetting things and had to make 4 individual orders. And yes, I ordered things that were foiled by mistake. Yes, I ordered more than one of some things. And yes, I definitely ended up with things that I didn't actually want that I forgot to take out of my cart. Proving once again I should not be trusted with anything. Mm-hmm.
But the thing that we can trust you with in the nation is using CCO Spring promo code and CCO Perks promo code.
I did use both of those. It was very good. I saved several dollars and then received several more dollars back in store credit that I can then use to make mistake orders again.
Yes. Yes. So both great ways to save money on shit you're going to buy anyways. Both great ways to support CCO, CCO Nation, and let FusionGamingOnline.com know that their partnership with you boys. Good one.
Which it totally is, because we're awesome.
Very much so. Okay, so arc of, what are we calling it? The arc of the secrets of EDH.
Yes, we're going super meta on this one.
Super meta, yeah. And over the last couple secret episodes, it's been like secrets on playing whatever you want, or building a better deck, or being better, at Rule 0, or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Today,
being a better citizen.
Yeah, in the nation, that is. But generally, what that means is being a good human being.
Yeah.
We've got a friend who just recently going through some hard times. His name is Chris Von Doom. You might have heard of him. We've totally just beaked him on the show lots before.
Yeah, he's a 7 out of 10 human being at best.
Yes, but he's feeling like a 6 out of 10. He's feeling like somebody who uses their cell phone on a podcast. So we wanted to dedicate this episode to him by doing one of his own decks. Yes, so we've got a Chris Von Doom deck here, and he knows kind of you've heard the expression, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Yes.
The way to CCO's heart
is through trash. It's through the garbage compactor.
Yes.
Yes. It's through the dumpster.
Yes. With regards to building magic decks.
I mean, there's lots of good stuff in dumpsters if you really look. I mean, people throw away lots of good stuff that they don't necessarily need to.
Yeah. Yeah. Does anybody still have a garbage dump where they can go and get stuff from? Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Because now it's just all bins. You throw them into bins and it's like you can't get any of the stuff, right?
Yeah.
But remember when you used to go to the dump and be able to get like a bike?
I do remember that.
People are going to know. People are going to comment, yeah, I got this thing. Like,
yeah, because it's weight, right? Like you weigh your thing when you go in, and then like if you take some garbage, you pay less because you took some stuff with you.
Oh, man.
Right? It was the whole thing back in the day. I don't know if they do that anywhere anymore, to be honest with you.
I don't know. Like, I'm sure lots of the stuff, like, that used to be a thing that my dad and brother did all the time. Like, well, they went to the dump in like a small town, right? So it's like,
oh, I hear Frank threw out this whatever. Let's go get it.
Yeah. Like, just like sawhorses and tools. It's probably all stuff that was stolen.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, that means it's probably still good.
Somebody is good enough to steal, but not good enough to pawn. So
well, they took it to the pawn shop. This is Fred's whole tool chest. It was reported stolen last weekend. Oh shit!
Yeah,
take off.
I just remembered I got to do something.
I left the oven on.
Yeah.
You steal that too? Fuck you!
No, I got it in the dump. Somebody else stole it. You know the giant fucking pile of like appliances?
Yeah.
It's metal, but it's an appliance, so it goes over there.
Yeah.
Oh, the dump, hey? Give us your best dump stories. I love getting stories like when we got those fireworks stories.
Yeah.
I dove in front of somebody, the fireworks shot me right in the ass. I hope you didn't get shot in the ass with anything at the dump. Probably get tetanus.
Oh, I definitely get tetanus, man. Oh.
Well, speaking of tetanus, we're going to inject some brotherly love directly into Chris Von Doom. Don't Google that.
No, you can Google that. I'm sure there's nothing bad that can come up from that. Not a thing.
No.
Perfectly safe. Safe search off. You'll be fine.
Ooh, safe search off.
Ooh.
Dangerous in the name.
Dangerous, yeah.
Okay, well, who's the commander? Let's say who the commander is. We've got a little tiny bit of podcast business, and then we're jumping straight in.
Okay, commander is Kros. I'm actually using my phone because we're in the CCO studio here.
Yes.
Kros Defense Contractor is a cat visor, or cat advisor. 2/4 for, what is this, Bant? Bant and 1. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a shield counter on target creature an opponent controls. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a creature you don't control, tap that creature and goad it. It gains trample until your next turn.
Broker and 1.
What did you just tell him? What?
Ooh. You know what? I bet you in the next.
You just said to me.
I bet you in the next year we're gonna meet players that are very new to the game that are gonna call Bant colors broker colors. That's gonna happen.
I bet you we're not. And you know why?
Why?
Because Bant and Jund were all the names they were the first real shard names that were built around decks, and so everybody, as they teach newer people to play, use those. And so you're going to have a few people that do whatever stupid names these are, but then they're going to
learn from people that...
Yeah, they're going to play with enfranchised people like us. And oh, Bant and John, yeah, those are better than Slekupukipu and and all this other stupid crap that they're trying to put on cards now. Yep. That word has 14 vowels in it. It's going to be a great name for something that I want to use in colloquial conversation. Go fuck yourself.
Now you know.
Honesty hour. We talk about it on that.
Yes, watch the pre-show. I think that we might run into it.
We'll probably run into it, and then we'll.
And you know what?
We'll just sock full of sand it out of people too. That's what we're gonna do.
I was gonna say it's fine,
or it's fine. One of the two things. Although if you use broker and that's the one I know because Ryan just said it. I'm not gonna know what you're talking about. So
you're gonna think it's like bank talk.
Yeah,
like you're a crypto bro.
Well, you're a broker. I better kill you first.
Yes. Okay.
Go trade some Dogecoin, idiot.
Some Dogies.
I have a Dogecoin. I have one Dogecoin.
You've one Dogecoin?
One Dogecoin.
Man, you're going to be rich.
Maybe. I think that they went up really, really high and they went down really, really low.
Oh, you probably bought it when it was really high, eh?
No, I bought it like years and years ago when they first came out because I thought it was really funny. So I bought one. And then the little,
it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. But
he's a crypto bro now.
That's my one crypto investment. I bought one Dogecoin.
Oh, man. You got one whole coin. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Kros defense contractor. We want to put counters on our opponent's stuff.
Yes.
And then they can't attack us until there's just us and them left.
Yes.
That's the name of the game. And surprisingly, a ton of things put counters on people's things.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff that's in here is actually +1/+1 on target creature.
Right.
So you're making your opponent's creatures bigger.
Neat.
Yeah. And then they can beat each other up with them. And then at the end of the game, then we'll see if we can live.
We'll see if we can actually win a stand-up fight.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, some podcast business, though, before we get to it.
Right.
That's the deck. We've got some biznatch. First item of business, we've got a booster pack to give away. Let's start with that.
Okay, let's do that.
Because it's a good-ass day.
Yes, it is a good day.
Good day. Nice weather outside.
Yeah, road trip day.
Yes. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Last week on the pre-show, we asked for a few things.
Oh, yeah, lots of stuff.
Double entries. We actually got Fortuna.
Yeah, where does that word come from?
The Roman goddess of luck.
There we go.
I didn't know Rome had goddesses. I thought that they were like Catholic there, and before that it was like Greek.
Well, it was Greek. They went in and they took over Greece and amalgamated the Greeks into Roman society. Then they changed the names of everything.
Oh.
Like Zeus and Jupiter and Mercury and
You're just naming planets.
Mercury and Hermes and Neptune and Poseidon. Yeah, I know all this shit.
Yeah.
Hades and Pluto. There's another one. See, I
You know some stuff about space.
I know some space stuff. That's like the space stuff I know. I have a picture of like the known galaxy in infrared on my phone that I look at sometimes and go, wow, this is cool.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody in the nation sent that to me. Thank you.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
Okay, well, one of the people who told us that, because we actually got a lot of them, one of the persons that told us that was Evan Smallin.
Even smaller.
Even smaller. Even smaller. If that's you, probably your real name.
Probably your real name.
Get after us, commandercookout@gmail.com. You let us know your address in the email on our system, or you're going to ruin it for everybody. Mm-hmm. And you let us know if you want a stinky old booster pack, or if you want a CCO token pack, or a sticker pack. Because we've got all three of those made up, and we can send them out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a fun game. And bragging rights that you can say that you can change your YouTube name to Evan Smallin, previous booster pack game winner.
Oh,
champion.
That'd be, oh yeah.
Eternal champion.
Oh yeah, people like that.
Yes.
That was cool. I came up with a mechanic that people thought was neat, which I'm very proud of.
And I came up with a Gideon's coming back
story arc.
Yeah, like a shot call.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we know that that's going to happen.
Probably.
It's like Dragon Ball Z. Nobody stays dead.
Yeah, nobody really dies.
Nobody stays dead.
Even Frieza came back, and he died like 3 times.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Whenever we watch Dragon Ball Z, my kid thinks that Frieza's a girl. I think it's the high voice, hey?
We voiced by a girl, right?
Goku in Japan is voiced by a lady.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I knew. But
you know what? I love Goku's voice in the Japanese version because he always goes. He always does that, and I like it. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do. I very much do.
Okay, one last piece of podcasting business.
Hit him.
We don't have any new patrons to thank today, but never a better time because we are getting close to the pilot shoots for some of our upcoming content.
Oh, yeah.
And we've set it up with a couple of the dudes that we're going to Regina with today. Yeah. And we did some test shots. We sent it off to the couple,
Discord.
Yeah, the couple people in the Discord that are helping us with the design work and the editing.
Yeah.
So it's getting close. If you want your name featured in the credits or you want to help maybe become part of that content.
No, or you want to see that shit before anybody else.
Mm-hmm. All good ways to do it. Patreon.com/CCO Podcast.
Yeah.
It's a good place to be.
Yeah.
And there's little sign-up gifts, Discord bonus, your nickname benefit.
Yeah. And you get to hang out with some of the most 7 out of 10 people in the Magic the Gathering community, which is pretty cool.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm. We're everywhere. So if you're going to go to a Magic Fest, like we are kind of today.
We're everywhere except Las Vegas. Everybody's asking if we're going to Vegas because that is the CCO experience. But get us to Las Vegas, unless like we have donations come in, you can donate on PayPal, commandercookout.com. But it's like $1,000+ for one of us to go to Las Vegas. And that doesn't include Command Fest package. It doesn't include
staying
accommodations, food, beer. Not that that's a huge expense, but it kind of is because there's lots of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, $1,100 to get to Vegas each. Yeah. So we're going to Bellevue, it sounds. We started all the planning for that in the Discord, and we're looking to get a house and do the CCO experience there. And we've got some drivers. So we're going to maybe look like New Capenna rolling up and...
Oh, shit. Oh, we can do that thing where we all get out of the car at the same time, like the NWO, and then we can all walk into the room at the same time. We're all like in a big line, and something's blowing up. We have to blow up a car, I guess, to do that. But we can blow up a car, and there'll be an explosion behind us. Shit, yeah.
Yeah, well, we got editors that we can get them to...
They can do
put
that.
A car,
Exploding?
Well...
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
probably.
They're talented humans. Yeah, okay, cool. There, we're going to do all those things, except in Bellevue. Bellevue's near Washington.
Bellevue is in Washington. It's near Seattle.
Is Seattle on the coast?
Yes. Seattle is kind of like Vancouver, except a few hours south of Vancouver.
So does Seattle...
And not to be confused with Vancouver, Washington, because that's also a place.
What?
Right by Vancouver, Canada.
It's messed up.
Yes, that's fucked. Like, think of a
better name.
There's 26 letters in the alphabet. There's almost infinite number of possibilities of words that you could. It's like there's a Vancouver up there. I really like that name.
That's a great name.
Let's name our city Vancouver too. Don't they? Well, they're right next to each other. You think they'll get confused? Nah, they're in a different country.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, the internet exists now. So when I type in Vancouver to like send a thing, like in the mail, I send things to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and Vancouver, Washington, USA.
Neat.
No. No.
So if Seattle's on the coast, does that mean it has a beach?
Yeah, but it's not like beach in LA.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's more like beach in Vancouver. You know when you watch your favorite movie Twilight? The beach on Twilight. That's kind of what I imagine it looks like.
I've actually never seen Twilight.
Oh, don't lie.
I can't. Well, I've never seen it. I don't know what that's like. I'm just really excited to go to a beach, and I was gonna get to go before everything happened a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get to go, and I was pretty bummed out about that. So now I'm looking for an opportunity to go.
Bellevue, not near the ocean.
Damn it!
It is near Lake Washington.
That doesn't count.
But in between Bellevue and Lake Washington is a little community called Medina, and we can't go to Medina.
Why not?
Because they have like security there and it's all gated and stuff.
What?
Yeah, that's where Jeff Bezos lives and Bill Gates. You might have heard of those guys. Oh, wow.
Are they the guys that just bought Twitter?
No.
Oh.
But they could if they wanted to.
Okay.
Okay, should we do a deck?
I guess.
Yeah, okay, so Kros.
Is
that what we're calling him?
We can call him whatever we want.
Yeah, I'm cross with him, so I'm going to call him whatever I want.
What's it going to do? Be a card?
Yeah, what's he going to do?
What's he
Put up some defense?
What's he going to do? Make my guy way harder to kill? Oh.
Okay, well, mine is organized not like yours is. So let me get this. Where do you want to start?
We're going to start with no.
No.
They're counter spells. So there's 3 of them, and they're counter spells. We're going to start with Fierce Guardianship. Everybody knows Fierce Guardianship.
It's free counter shit if you have your commander, which you will because you cost 4 and you want to have your commander so you don't get beat to crap.
Yes. Arcane Denial.
Counters something and it can't be countered.
No, that's Dovin's veto.
Oh, which we're also playing.
Yes, that's Dovin's veto. Arcane Denial is the one where you counter a spell and then its controller draws, I think, 2? Up to 2? Up to 2 at the beginning of the next upkeep, and we draw 1.
Yes, so we have Arcane Denial and a card, and they get 2 cards, but we countered their thing. So probably we gain tempo on them, but we're even on card advantage.
Yeah.
Yes. We get like mana tempo on them.
I've seen that backfire like 1 time.
Arcane Denial, very good card. Some people say it's one of the best counter spells in Commander because these days tempo is so important in Commander because when you cast your 8 or 9 drop that I'm going to counter with Arcane Denial, I'll give you 2 cards or I'll replace the card +1 to not lose because I'm going to win on my turn now. Because everybody just wins whenever the fuck they want in Commander now. That's how you play now, I guess. That's just the format.
Yeah, I guess so. So we'll do the not at me. So we've shielded up everybody. Everybody's attacking everybody else. Everybody's dead except that one guy. Now we have to actually win in a fist fight with somebody. So we have to throw up some walls. And we're going to do that with the not at me section, which you should definitely have the same as mine because yours is different.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because yours isn't arranged alphabetically. It's arranged probably by price based on that bottom card.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
We're going to start with Tenuous Truce anyway.
Sure, I can do this. Podcasting professional. Okay, It's an enchant opponent. It's not a curse, though.
Should be a curse.
Maybe curse wasn't in this product.
It's Commander.
That's fine.
It's the Commander set. It could have a curse.
It could. Yeah. At the beginning of enchanted opponent's end step, you and that player each draw a card.
Neat.
Okay, and also when you attack a enchanted opponent or a planeswalker they control,
or they do the same to you, you sack it.
Oh.
So you're each drawing a card as long as you're not attacking each other. Then when one of you breaks the truce is broken and goes away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never read that card before.
It's a flavor of victory, I think.
I never read the bottom part. I was just like, hey, that's cool. I'll put it in my deck. And then never read the bottom. So this makes people swing at not us.
Yes. And it costs 2, which is pretty good.
That's fine.
That's a good turn 2 play, honestly.
Okay, well here, let's get through a couple of these other ones. Propaganda, Ghostly Prison. This is maybe effective when there's 1 player left. If you've got both of them or like they're still trying to develop after a sweeper, then they can't attack you.
Yeah.
So that's good. We've got Curse of Verbosity. This is a curse. This is when enchanted player is attacked, we draw a card, and each opponent attacking that player also draws a card.
Yeah.
So if we don't have Kros, whatever his name is, to say you can't attack me, Well, we just curse somebody else, and they're the ones that get attacked for incentive.
Yeah, don't attack me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Public enemy is enchant creature. All creatures attack enchanted creature's controller each combat if able. When enchanted creature dies, draw a card. Really good because you can put shield counters on enchanted creature. So when they block, so they can't get attacked. So they don't have to get attacked anymore. Doesn't die. Because shield counters remove damage, and if they are destroyed, they're not destroyed. You remove the shield counter.
Smart move. Do not put that on a brash taunter.
No.
Because you will pay for it.
Yes.
Pay and
yes.
pay.
Even better if you can proliferate those shield counters I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Which we can. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
One more?
Sly Instigator. It's a 4-drop dude that you can goad creatures.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I think that... Ooh.
Nope.
Nils Discipline Enforcer is the other one.
Why is this not an advisor? It's a human cleric. It should be a human advisor.
It looks kind of like a cleric.
It's a 2/2 for 3. Human cleric, not advisor. At the beginning of each end step, for each player, put a +1/+1 counter on up to one target creature that player controls.
Uh-oh.
So we're putting counters on our opponent's guys.
Thus goading them.
Yes, thus goading them. Each creature with one or more counters on it can't attack you or planeswalkers you control unless its controller pays X, where X is the number of counters on that creature.
It's pretty good.
Really good because it doesn't say goad.
Mm-hmm.
They have to pay even if they're the last opponent.
Yeah.
So I'll make your guy bigger, and then I'll proliferate and proliferate and proliferate, and now you have to pay like 6 or 8 for each guy that's attacking me.
Yeah. Of course, if you get to 6 or 8, they might just pay the 6 or 8 and then just smash the shit out of you with their 10/10. But you know.
Well, we got shield counters on our own guys too.
Oh yeah.
So
well, their guys got trample.
Oh yeah, Tramsky.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the trade-off, the finicky business that you have to deal with when you're doing a deck like this.
Yeah, well, I mentioned sweepers. Let's get through them real quick just because we've got Austere Command that gets big guys or little guys or artifacts or enchantments. You pick 2.
Yeah.
Yep. Etherize, return all attacking creatures to their owner's hand. Really good once they are the only opponent left.
You know what?
Very good.
I'd play Settle the Wreckage instead of that one.
Oh, which one's that one?
That's the one that kills all the attacking creatures. Just fucking kill them.
Just kill them.
Yeah.
Just make them into dust.
Yeah, just make them die.
Dink, table, boot.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
Man. Best line from Discord last week.
Oh.
You know that walk up that you're talking to the Magic Fest?
Yeah.
We're walking up as a crew.
Yeah.
We're here to slap lips and stomp dinks. And we're all out of lips. Oh, man. Classic.
That is a classic CCO line.
I want that on a t-shirt.
That's the new sticker right there.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Hand that one out at Magic Fest.
I'm all out of lips. We got one more sweeper.
It's Time Wipe. It blows up all the stuff. Can't be countered.
Nope.
Isn't that the one?
Nope. That's Supreme Verdict.
Well, what the hell is this one then?
Time Wipe. I think it's the same mana cost. No, this one's more. Return a creature you control to its owner's hand, then destroy all the creatures.
Can they be regenerated?
Yes.
That card sucks.
Time Wipe's good because it saves one of your guys.
Sucks. I play it in my Mutate deck so I can save my Mutate pile.
Oh, that's good. Yep, that's fine. Do you get all the Mutate?
Sure do.
You get them all back?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's like draw 7, kill everything, and then just play the 7 again. Real good.
Draw 7, kill everything.
Yeah, dude.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes. So do we want to go to the proliferate section?
No, let's do removal. Let's get this out of the way. Let's just it's really standard stuff. So like let me blow it through. Let me blow through, okay?
Okay.
Do we got this?
Yeah.
Got Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares, Rapid Hybridization, Pongify, Generous Gift, Beast Within. So 2 versions of the same card 3 times in a row. pretty standard. If you go to edhrec.com or if you just like type in best removal in Bant.
Yeah, those are the 6 cards. That's the top 6 cards.
Yes.
Ooh, let me do one now. You got
a quickie?
I'll do the ramp section.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
3 visits, Sol Ring. I don't know what that card is. Kodama's Reach, Farseek, Triad of the Elysian Grove, and Cultivate. I'm gonna assume. Oh, what could that be? It's between K and S. but it's blank. What do you think it is? Oh, it's Oath of Lieges.
It's Oath of Lieges.
That's the one where during each player's upkeep, if somebody else has more land than them, you can search your library for, I think, 2 basics and put them into play.
For a basic.
For a basic, put it into play. That's a really cool card. I really like that in, I don't want to say group huggy type decks, but like, it's a really good card, especially if you're playing not as much ramp as this deck is capable of, because it lets you kind of keep up, because everybody else is ramping anyway. And it might, by like turn 3 or 4, it might only really impact you to help you keep up.
This feels like poor man's, maybe not as good, but it does go right into play. Land tax.
Yeah.
And land tax being like a $43 card.
Yeah.
It's in the maybe board of this deck. That's why I know that.
Yes. But I mean, I think that Oath of Lieges is a card that is a little, I don't want to say underplayed, but like it is a card that could certainly see more play because it's good, and I mean, it's cheaper than land tax. And all your friends are going to like it. It's one of those cards that's not going to eat removal ever.
We flipped over to just cards because it's way easier for us. We've got some protection cards.
Yeah, so we've got Swiftfoot Boots, everybody knows that. Lightning Greaves, Heroic Intervention. And then we've got Asceticism. I think most people know Asceticism, but for those of you who don't, it's an enchantment for green 3. It gives your dudes hexproof, and you control regenerate them, which is for green 1 regenerate. That removes destroy effects and lethal damage and taps the creature.
Yes, it's like those effects that say remove damage, it doesn't die, and tap it.
Yeah, they use Indestructible now because regenerate was a little bit more complicated.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they do. They go gains Indestructible and tap it. That's what they do. That's the language now.
That's like the new thing, yeah.
Anyways, the last one, Destiny Spinner. A 2/3 for 2 creatures and enchantments that you control can't be countered.
Like that.
Yes.
There is more. You can go green 3, target land becomes an XX elemental with trample and haste, where X is the number of enchantments you control.
Yeah, I don't think anybody uses that.
I don't think that's ever happened. You know what I really like about that card? And this is legit, I really, really like about Destiny Spinner? It's an uncommon. It's an uncommon, and I like that. That's a powerful effect.
Yeah.
That isn't like super splashy and uncommon. I like that.
Yeah, that's actually a CEDH card.
And it's an uncommon. I like that. I like that a whole lot. Let's go on to the proliferators. We talked about proliferating. Tell the people what proliferate does for all the noobs, Ryan.
Okay, for all the noobs out there in the nation. Proliferate is you choose any number of counters on permanents or players, and you add another one of the same type.
So shield counter, +1/+1 counter, -1/-1 counter, first strike counter, flying counter, any counter.
Yes. And when you proliferate, you are putting a counter on something.
So we see how it works with our boy Kros. Let's say it differently every time now.
Kros.
Chris.
That's like that song, I Eat Oopals and Banunus.
Yes, Opals and Bananos. I loved that song when I was a kid. I liked that one and the one about the 3 frogs on the log. And then they jump off the log, and then there's only 2 of them, and then the other one jumps off, and then there's only 1, and then the last one jumps in the pool too, and there's no more frogs. Oh. And then the song's over. That was my favorite song when I was a kid. I used to sing it in the bathtub and everything.
You know what my kid's favorite song is?
Tell me.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Astronaut in the ocean? He's just like playing by himself, and he's singing that song.
Okay, first proliferator is our boy Thrumming Bird.
Thrumming Bird, whenever it deals damage to a player, combat damage to a player, proliferate. So, and it's got flying, so it's probably going to get in there. And what's important is you can attack anybody, and you can proliferate anybody's things, any type of counter on a player or permanent.
Yeah, so you can proliferate poison counters and loyalty counters if you're a planeswalker as well. There you go. Grateful Apparition.
Grateful Apparition. This is the only one I didn't know what it did. It's a 1/1 flyer. It's Thrumming Bird, but white.
Yeah.
Thrumming Bird, but white. But if it deals damage to a planeswalker, you can proliferate.
Ooh.
So, okay.
We have I'm going to say it, Fuck Channeler.
Yeah. 2/2 for 3. Whenever you cast a non-creature, proliferate.
Evolution Sage.
Landfall. Proliferate. That's a good one.
That's a solid one. I like that one lots. Contagion Clasp.
Ooh, good one too. Contagion Clasp. I don't know.
Contagious Ass. Ooh. That's fine. I like that one. That's good.
When it ETBs, you put a +1 counter or a -1 counter on target creature, and it got 4 tap proliferate.
If you want to go big, there's also Contagion Engine. It costs, I think, 6. And it puts a -1/-1 counter on each creature an opponent controls. And then you can proliferate twice by paying mana and tapping it. Not playing it in this deck, but...
I think it's like $30.
Yeah, and it's lots, too.
Yeah.
And the last one is Animation Module.
Animation Module. Not technically proliferate, even though it is. It just doesn't say it. So whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are placed on a permanent you control, which will happen in this deck, we can pay 1. If we do, we get a 1/1 colorless servo. Also, 3 tap, choose a counter on a target permanent or player, give that permanent or player another of that kind of counter.
Neat.
So it's just proliferate spelled out.
Yeah, it's just explained to us. Now we've gone through essentially the entire deck, except let's do the tutors. Let's do the tutors fast.
Let's do values and tutors, yeah.
Okay.
Tutors, you can do them super fast.
Yeah, Worldly Tutor finds a guy, puts it on top. Mystical Tutor finds an instant or sorcery, puts it on top. Idyllic Tutor finds an enchantment, puts it on top. Eladamri's Call finds a creature, puts it into your hand.
Idyllic Tutor into hand as well.
Is it? Oh yeah, right, because it costs 3.
Yeah.
I was thinking, what am I thinking? Enlightened Tutor.
Enlightened Tutor, yes.
Yes.
Yes, which finds an enchantment.
That's a lot of tutors, by the by.
That's lots of toots, but with the new spice calculator, it still devalues spice rating for tutor, but not as much as it used to.
Okay.
So we'll see. I got the new spice calculator queued up for the end of the show.
Should we talk value? And then we'll get into like the meat and potatoes of what the deck's gonna really do. We've got like how you protect what you're doing, how you do more of what you're doing, but then we're gonna start doing what we're doing. And we're going to start with Verity Circle. I want to say Variety Circle. Variety Circle.
Sure. This is an enchantment for blue 2. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, if it isn't tapped as an attacker, we draw a card.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, so mana dorks or like activated abilities. That's pretty cool. Artifact creatures lots of times.
It's a good one.
Yeah. And you can also go 4 blue and go tap target creature without flying.
Ha! Get him.
Draw a card, yeah.
So, I think this is the big new card from this year's Commander product.
It's a gooder.
Smuggler's Share.
It's a gooder. Smuggler's Share. It's got a bunch of little raccoons on it.
I was in the store trying to explain this to Aaron, because I was trying to see if he got a full art one out of his collector boosters that he opened. And I could not remember the name, so I'm like, no man, there's raccoons, and they're like stealing liquor out of the basement of a bar, and it's all colored and shit. Like, I had the picture just described all the way through for him, but he just didn't know what the card was. We ended up having to look it up on Scryfall.
He's an LGS owner. He's just cracking boxes, and he's just looking at set symbols.
Yeah, I forget
just rarity symbols.
I think he opened a case of collector boosters.
Oh!
Yeah, he said he opened more because I didn't buy any. Because usually I'll open them and then I'll trade all my shit back in, but he had to open more this year because he didn't have my stuff.
Oh, man, that's okay. That's okay. Get those cards out there. Support your LGS. Okay, at the beginning of each end step, each mother-ass end step, draw a card for each opponent who drew more than 2 cards this turn, then create a treasure token for each opponent who had 2 or more lands enter the battlefield under their control this turn.
Cool.
This card is good against like blue decks that draw cards, green decks that ramp. It's good in group hug. This is a good card.
This is a solid card.
This is a good card in wheel decks.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And wheel decks might have white in them. They'll have blue in them and white blue. Like this deck's got white blue.
Yeah.
This is a cool card.
It's a neat one. I like that. And it's got cool art.
Okay, I want to move on to another cool card from a Commander product. This is Duelist's Heritage.
Oh, I like this one.
Yeah, cool art, cool card. Enchantment for, what is that? White. That's a white and a 2.
Yep.
Whenever one or more creatures attack, you may have target attacking creature gain double strike until end of turn.
So all those big lead, quasi hard to kill tramplers that you've been giving your opponents, you can also give them double strike just to make sure that the beating is very sound.
Yes, that's like red deck levels of beating.
Yeah. Why isn't that a red card? That should be a red card.
I think because double strike is like primary in white versus being secondary in red.
Don't give me that color pie shit. That should be a red card.
Well, I'm just telling you the reason.
Last card in the section. I really am happy that this is making an appearance here. We don't get to see it nearly enough. Experiment Kraj.
Everybody's favorite giant purple asshole.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. It's a 4/6 Ooze Mutant for green, blue, 2. So you know it's going to be good.
You know it's got to be good.
Yeah. Kraj has all the activated abilities of each other creature with a +1/+1 counter on it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. And then you can tap them to put a +1 counter on target creature, thereby goading it and making it not be able to attack us. This, I actually counted Experiment Kros as a win condition for the Spice Calculator because more often than I think people know, there's when I gain the ability from player 2's creature and player 4's ability on the same guy.
Oh, yeah.
That might be a way that I can win that one creature might be black and one creature might be like red.
Yeah.
And I can just win now.
Yeah, like there's lots of times when you like think about Necrotic Ooze or this thing, like just look at board states sometimes and think, man, if I had that guy and that guy, I could definitely win. And with Experiment Kros, in some cases, you can.
It lets you break the rules because you get to play not only other people's stuff, but more than one of any card can be in the game now. Yeah. And that's Kros.
It's very cool. So let's get to the meaty potatoes. We want to make sure that our opponents are attacking each other and not us with giant, beefy, double-striking dudes. And we're going to do that by giving every creature they control a gym membership with the Have You Been Working Out category.
Very excellent.
And we're going to start there with Unbounded Potential.
Unboundy P. This is an instant. This is like the worst card. This is an instant for white 1, choose 1. Put a +1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures or proliferate. But it has Entwine, which is white 3. If you pay white 3 in addition to white 1, you can do both.
So white 4.
White 4 gets 2 creatures that aren't able to attack us anymore, and then we can proliferate everybody else.
Possibly,
So they also can't attack us.
Like it.
Yeah.
Yes. Thrive. I like this card.
Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to X target creatures. That's a sorcery for green X.
It's a cool one.
Yeah.
The crowd goes wild.
This has got assist. We don't play cards with assist very often.
Nobody plays cards with assist very often.
Well, Chris Von Doom is going to wreck your day, I guess. He's gonna make the crowd go wild. Assist is another player can pay up to X of this spell's cost. And you choose the value of X, of course, is the reminder text. I think this is the only assist card with X in its cost.
Huh.
Like in its casting cost.
Yeah.
So we just say X equals 10. Does anybody want to help me pay 10? Right? 10. 10 is the number. Help me. Oh,
Yes.
sure, yeah, whatever.
And then you support X.
Support X, which is put a +1/+1 counter on up to X target creatures. And wait, there's more. Each creature with a +1/+1 counter on it gains Trampski.
Until end of turn.
That's fine.
So, I mean, you could give it to yourself, I guess, but
Yeah.
let's move on to something that's really good with counters.
And this is a clever one. This is clever because these are counters. Give it a read.
Give it a read. Is Sludge Monster is a 5/5 for blue 3 creature horror. Whenever it comes into play or attacks, you put a slime counter on up to 1 other target creature. Non-horror creatures with slime counters on them lose all abilities and are 2/2s.
So
Sludge Monster is so good.
yes.
Yeah.
And Sludge Monster maybe doubles as removal, right?
Yeah.
I make your guy a 2/2 and it has to attack, says Kros.
Yeah.
Kros says, got to attack because it's goaded. Now it's a 2/2. Other opponents who I have not put sludge counters on their stuff have like 4/4s and 5/5s because I put +1s on them.
Mm-hmm.
Your creature now removed.
Yes.
Neat.
You know what beats an Ulamog real good? Sludge Monster.
Sludge Monster. I would not put that into the search bar of some of the websites I frequent.
Certainly not. How about Sheltering Ancient? This is a piece of crap.
This is a terrible piece of crap. I love a good piece of crap.
Yeah, me too.
This is a 5/5 for 2. I'm listening.
Yeah,
it's like skip your draw step is one of my favorite like phrases in Magic. A 5/5 for 2. Let me tell you about this card. Trample, because 5/5s need trample.
Of course they do.
Cumulative upkeep. Put a +1/+1 counter on a creature an opponent controls. Fantastic.
That's very cool. I actually do like that card, especially in this deck. Retreat to Kazandu.
That's landfall, choose 1, gain 2 life, or +1/+1 counter on a dude.
Regna's Sanction.
Regna's Sanction. We never played this card before, hey?
So this is some Battle Bond shit.
Yeah, this is white 3 sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Oh, it's a friend or foe one. Okay. For each friend, put a +1 counter on a creature they control. So, like, friend all the time probably we choose. But if we choose foe, one untapped creature they control, then tap the rest. Oh, you choose one creature and then tap all the others.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe if you want, like, one foe to die and you goad, like, all of the other opponent's creatures.
Yeah.
You could use that as, like, you can't block.
That'd be a sick instant.
Oh,
Yeah. That could be very good based on the turn order, is how that's a card that gets better with that.
Yeah.
Predatory Hunger.
Oh, look at this little Exodus enchant creature. Green, whenever an opponent unsuccessfully.
Just successful.
Oh, successfully.
Wouldn't that be a bad card?
Yes.
If it did something every time they just failed at casting a spell?
Yeah, whenever
Holy
your
crap.
opponent's spell gets countered. There are cards that do that.
There are.
Okay, whenever an opponent casts a creature spell, put a +1 counter on that creature.
On enchanted creature.
Oh, sure.
It's an enchanted
Whatever.
creature. You could probably do better than that, Chris Von Doom. Obsessive Skinner.
Obsessive Skinner. Ooh, also a thing that I would not type into the search bar.
Certainly not, no.
1 and a green.
Some real Ed Gein shit.
For 1/1. Oh, yeah, that's weird. I actually know who that is. Human Rogue. When Obsessive Skinner. I can't even.
When it comes into play, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, and at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your G, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature.
All I heard is +1 on target creature.
As you should.
Yep.
Oath of the Ancient Wood.
Oh, man. God. Did he just pick cards that are like...
Yes.
like conspicuously dirty?
Yes. I bet
All
he
right.
did.
Well, maybe that's the way to our heart.
Yeah.
Well,
Through our loins.
through our loins. Well, I do... The pants I'm wearing, I did feel that there's a small rip starting in the crotch.
You should get that fixed, man.
I do get my pants fixed.
Oh.
I buy good pants.
I don't. I just buy disposable pants.
I buy disposable pants.
Yeah.
The kind with the buttons down the side that you just rip off.
Yeah.
But once you rip off, it's like, oh, these buttons have been used once. It's like Oprah or Mel Gibson buying like single-use underwear and socks. Like, you know how we put
Is that real?
Yes. Well, they're super rich, man. And a little bit cuckoo. Mel Gibson? Tell me he's not cuckoo.
Yeah, he's a lunatic, yeah.
Like, you know how we put our socks and underwear in the laundry?
Yeah.
Well, some people, once they get rich enough, think that things like buying underwear are single use. Now, I do love putting on never worn before underwear and socks because they're nice and tight and the fabric is all smooth, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just wash them after.
Yeah. I don't know. That it's all going way over my head.
Yeah. Well,
I just wash my underpants and then I put them on. And if they're new, then they're new.
Mm.
And if they're new or not new, then they're not.
yeah. You know when Aragorn says night changes many thoughts, billions of dollars change many thoughts.
Yeah, it probably does.
Yeah.
I'd have a monkey and a pineapple bush.
I'd have like a whole fleet of tigers.
Oh, yeah, I'd have
A fleet of them.
And they'd fly airplanes? Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I would have a fleet of airplanes then too if I had that much
Well,
money.
of course you would. Tigers that fly airplanes, that's what every rich person wants. Oath of the Ancient Wood is an enchantment.
Yes.
For green 2, whenever it or another enchantment comes into play under your control, you can put a +1/+1 counter on target creature.
Sure.
Meadow Boon is next.
Meadow Boon. Oh, this is a little fox-looking guy.
Yeah, he's just hanging out. It looks like a creature, but
When
it's not a... Well, it is a creature.
Yeah. When it leaves the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature target player controls, Mr. Opponent. And it's got Evoke. So you just cast it for its Evoke cost, which is the same total cost as its casting cost.
Weird.
And, well, because you want it to die.
I guess.
And then you make all your guys bigger.
Magnetic Web.
Oh, man.
There's
look
a
at
novel
this.
on that.
Look at, and probably, I'm willing to bet there doesn't need to be.
Definitely. And there's a bunch of arrows shooting out of that guy's teeth. Man, that is crazy.
I think we've played this card exactly one time before.
Well, let's read it again. It's an artifact for 2. If any creature with any magnet counters on it attacks, all creatures with magnet counters on them that player controls also attack. If any creature with any magnet counters on it attacks, all creatures with magnet counters on them that defending player controls block that creature if able. 1, tap, put a magnet counter on target creature.
There it is. Magnet counter.
Yes.
I knew there would be a payoff eventually.
Man.
What in the ass?
Yeah, so all your magnet counter guys attack, all magnet guys block all magnet guys. It's It's a thing that happens. Generous Visitor.
What the hell is going on with that art too? Not generous visitor. No, magnet guy.
Well, he's got a...
What the hell? That's like, hey, we had this piece of art and we have this card. We don't have time to redo anything.
It looks like, because things are moving away from him.
Yeah, that arrow. That's an arrow. That's not an... fuck me. I was going to say, that's not an arrow.
No,
that's an arrow. It's not an arrow.
There's an arrow
it's
and
a directional arrow, like a vector symbol.
There's a directional arrow and then an actual arrow, both shooting out of his head.
What the ass?
It's very strange. I'm glad I'm wearing my glasses so I can at least, like, I don't know what I'd see.
I'm glad I'm wearing my glasses so I could not know what this card actually is.
Generous Visitor is a 1/1 for 1. Whenever you cast an enchantment, you put a +1/+1 counter on a dude.
Sure.
Generous Patron.
Oh, and ETBs support 2, which is put 2 +1/+1 counters on other creatures.
We'll read the rest.
Yeah, this is a good part. I play this in Animar, actually. When you put 1 or more counters on a creature you don't control, draw a card.
Boom.
This is one of the best cards in this whole deck.
It's so good. Forgotten Ancient.
Somebody casts something, then we get a +1 counter on this, and then during our upkeep, we can put any number of +1 counters on anything that we want.
You can, like, move the counter.
This is also one of the best cards in the set because we just say, go to all your guys. Every single one of them gets goaded, and then they can't attack us.
Yes.
This is like Fog for us the whole game.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Evolutionary Escalation.
Yeah.
There's a gorilla with Wolverine claws.
Yes. I was going to call them Predator claws. But
fighting a wolf with tusks.
Oh.
At the beginning of your upkeep, put 3 +1/+1 counters on target creature you control and 3 +1/+1 counters on a creature an opponent controls. It's an enchantment for green 1. That's pretty cool.
That's a good one, yep.
Collective Effort.
Collecti Effie. Sounds like something that we would do.
Yes.
This is one of those escalate ones. So you can tap an untapped creature you control for each mode that you want to choose past the first one.
Right.
So we go white, 1, and then tap any number of creatures to choose more.
Well, up to 2, because there's 3 modes. You've already got 1. You tap 2 creatures, you get all 3.
Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater.
Cool.
Destroy target enchantment.
Solid move.
Yep. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature target player controls.
Sick.
That's another one where it's just like, somebody's going to lose. Yeah. And it's not going to be me.
Bow of Nylea.
Oh, man. Can you read this? It's got a novel.
Yes, I can. Attacking creatures you control have D touch.
Yeah.
That's good. It's a legendary enchantment artifact for green 1 also.
Sure.
Then it's got green 1 tap, choose 1. +1/+1 counter on target creature, that's why we're playing it. Bow of Nylea deals 2 damage to target creature with flying, or you gain 3 life, or put up to 4 cards from your graveyard on the bottom of your library in any order.
That's good because we got some tutors. So we could possibly find cards again.
So it's got graveyard saving, it's got life saving, and it's got little flying creature killing on it, as well as the give counters to things to build them. Yeah. And the last card on the deck is an Aven Mimeomancer.
Mimeomancer. Is it Mimomancer?
No, because there's an E. Mimeo.
But does that E affect the I preceding it? And there's no little line above the...
No, I like the way I say it.
Mimeo?
Just say Mimeo.
Mimeomancer.
It's fun to say.
It is.
Mimeomancer sounds way more like... I don't know, you got like a weird accent or something.
Or is it Mimeomancer?
No, I don't like that. It's Mimeomancer, damn
it. 3/1 for 3, flying, bird wizard. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a feather counter on target creature. If you do, that creature has base power and toughness 3/1 and has flying as long as it has a feather counter on it.
Neat.
So you make them into birds. 1 feather makes you a bird, I guess. Just 1 feather.
Makes sense. If I had a feather, I'd call myself a bird.
Yes.
Hell yeah, I would.
1 feather makes Mario a raccoon.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's weird, man.
Yeah.
I always thought it was a leaf.
Yes, I did too. Yeah, maybe it is.
In Super Mario World, you get the feather and he gets a cape. Turns him into Superman. Or Super Mario, if you really want to be technical about it.
I suppose, yeah.
That's the whole deck.
That's it. Yeah, let's check on the old the show notes here because we've got some additional stuff to say. Is this an archetype that we've seen before? Bant counters?
No.
Not really, hey?
I don't know, it kind of, I would put this deck kind of in the same area as a group hug deck. Because it's doing lots of group hug stuff.
And there is some benefits for giving our opponent benefit.
Yeah, and I mean, it kind of also, how do we say it? It does what group hug does, but out in the open. Because every group hug deck is secretly some insidious piece of shit that's just designed to take hate off of you and then just win.
This is like nuts to the wind group hug.
Exactly. This one's just like, hey, I'm going to hug you around the neck until you die. That's what this deck says, and I appreciate that.
This is nuts to the hug.
Yeah.
This is, I'm going to hug you with my nuts.
Yeah. Right on your forehead.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I'm going to stretch it out around your face like you're wearing a mask.
No, it's going to be
and the balls are on your eyes.
It's going to be like the face hugger from Alien. Just. Yeah.
It's going to be like a Roman helmet, but with nuts.
Yeah. That's exactly what it's going to be like. Cover your ears and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to proliferate my nuts.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how I classify this deck. You could call it Bant counters as well, but I feel like I've seen Bant counters.
Bant counters has got to be a thing.
Yeah,
well, plus ones and tokens. You put the plus ones on the tokens, and that's the go wide Bant token counter deck. Like you do the tokens, and then you do like Cathar's Crusade or something, right?
Yeah. That's the deck.
But this is not that.
This is not that.
This fits more under the group hug kind of adjacent sort of umbrella.
That's what I think.
Like he's trying not to get wet in the rain under the group hug umbrella, but he's getting a little bit wet.
Exactly. Well, he's peeing on the other guy's leg while he's holding
him down with his nuts.
No, he's making eye contact with the umbrella holding guy the whole time. He's just peeing on his leg. Winking. That's what that is.
Yeah,
that's what he's doing.
He's winking. He's like, yeah, you see my eye?
See what I'm doing?
Wait until I'm going to put my nut in your eye.
Exactly.
Anyway. Okay, strengths and weaknesses.
Strengths and weaknesses.
Where do you want to start? Because I've actually got more weaknesses than strengths.
Uh-oh, that's different for you. Let's start with the strengths.
Okay.
Let's do that, yeah.
New and interesting commander. Always a strength when we're doing a new deck because we usually only do the new commanders that we find something new with.
Yeah.
Like this is a new thing. It's not Bant tokens. It's not group hug. It's kind of something else.
It's both.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. Okay. Strength. With a couple cuts, we could make this a very affordable deck. We played a ton of cards that we had no idea what they did. And usually when we have no idea what a card does, that makes it like cheap.
Yes.
So that's a strength. I don't have this one down, but I'm going to audible.
Uh-huh.
I think that this deck is secretly a pretty cool control deck.
Yeah.
Because we just won't get attacked as long as we can keep our commander on the battlefield.
Yeah. That's why you have both boots, all them boots, and asceticism as well.
And shield counters. Like, can he put a shield counter on him dang self?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a shield counter on target creature an opponent controls.
Lame.
Well.
That's balls.
You could shield counter. You could, like, Umbra, Totem Armor.
Yeah, you could do all kinds
there's
of
all
stuff.
kinds of ways to protect your own guy. Moving over to weakness.
Uh-oh.
Goad. Everybody loves Goad. Fantastic ability.
Yep, great mechanic.
Encourages attacking, which I always try to do. Get your chip-ins, kids.
Yeah, blows games wide open when you're goading stuff.
Yeah, I love... Oh, I was going to say it.
Disrupt Decorum is real good.
Yes, but... This is a weakness.
Yeah.
Goad gets weaker over time.
Yeah, because when it's just you and them,
not so good.
Now you're giving them a creature that doesn't die when you kill it, that's got trample, that's going to attack you every turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is going to be, I put man, but I meant many. There will be many cross decks that look somewhat similar.
Yes.
Like there's
Cross is a deck that kind of, it tells you what to do with it right on the card, and then you go out and you find cards that do that thing and you play them. Von Doom has some really cool ones, and so your mileage might vary on what you pick and choose to do, but they're all going to kind of do the same thing.
And well, here's the thing is if I go out and this is a Bant deck and I pick, like I said, the 6 best Bant removal spells and 3 or 4 sweepers, a couple tutors, and sit down and say, here's the shell of my cross deck, that part of the deck looks similar to everybody else's. Yeah. But then I pick shit like Chris did, like from Tempest and Exodus and stuff that we never heard of from Battle Bond.
Yeah.
And that makes it look unique. Is that phenomenon the same with every deck? Like every Animar deck plays the same Mana Dorks. Every Norrin deck plays the same red blink stuff.
Yep.
Right? So, I mean... Is that a weakness? I don't know.
No, I think the deck shelling is kind of just what happens sort of now, where if you're going to play like an Animar or a Norin or a Cross where they have that kind of, here's what you need to do to make your deck go, and then you do that thing, I don't think that's a weakness. I think that's just something that you have to do in order to justify your commander choice.
I'm not saying that I blame, but probably you will.
Yeah.
You will probably blame EDHRec.com.
Yeah.
Those bastards.
Yeah. Heck 'em.
Heck 'em.
Yeah.
Heck 'em all the heck.
Heck 'em and everybody that looks like 'em.
Yep.
Yeah.
Frickin' guys.
I know.
Last weakness. And
Yeah.
this is one that you say, that's not a weakness. I think when I said that this deck is secretly a control deck, I think that you can probably tweak the knobs such that you never attacking me and you don't get any benefit because I'm not giving you +1/+1 counters. I think that you can do like stacks light with this guy.
Yeah, I like that.
You never get to attack me. I'm going to put counters on that don't benefit anybody for any reason, and I'm going to make life difficult.
Yeah. That sounds like something that I would like. Why is that a weakness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a strength.
It would maybe make the deck more powerful.
Could be a stout control deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, stacks.
I do have one last weakness.
Oh, Jesus.
It is light on win cons.
It is that.
And I think the thing is with a deck like this where you have some theme that you have to play jank cards for, you want to include as much of those jank cards as possible. And you don't want to be like, oh, now I need a way to win. Better throw a Crater Hoof in, right? or you're not doing that because you want to do the jank thing. And then I think it's an easy trap for newer deck builders to fall into, where it's like, oh, I guess I'm just going to live until I die, instead of actively moving yourself towards the win.
Yes.
So this deck, I think, is a little bit guilty of that, probably because it's a version 1. I know that Chris is very good at adding win cons into his deck.
Yeah, once you see it played a couple of times, you can see what works and what doesn't. You can cut the stuff that doesn't and turn it into things that just make the deck win better.
Yeah.
And that's what you do. And I'm sure that's what Von Doom will end up doing.
So I got a thing here. Moving to the budget section real quick.
Hit me.
Here it is. $477 for this deck.
It's a standard price for a built commander deck.
But I said with a couple cuts, we can make this relatively affordable.
Okay.
So let's cut 3 of those 4 tutors. The 3 most expensive ones come to $74 total. Fierce Guardianship, 75 dangled freedom units.
Yeah, drop it.
Of currency.
Mm-hmm.
Dryad of the Elysian Grove, which, I don't know, play any other ramp card.
Yeah.
$25.
Sure.
You cut all those cards from the deck, it gets it down to $300 exactly.
Yeah.
And you're making 5 slots for win cons.
Nice.
And those win cons generally, not Crater Hoof, not Pathbreaker Ibex, because those are expensive cards, but generally you can find single or 2 card win cons for cheap, as to not reintroduce a lot of spendy cards.
Yeah, just get the budget way back up there if you're budget conscious in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, final thing of the day.
Okay.
Spice calculator. Kros Defense Contractor, 25th most played commander on EDHRec.com's Bant page.
That puts him right above something and right below something else.
Yeah, like partner pairs.
I don't have it open on my phone. I'm sorry.
We don't have. No, well, you're not professional enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So 88 total lists.
It's pretty good.
And this is all from the new Spice calculator, which you can download for free at commandercookout.com.
Oh, and then you can use it with the Spice calculation stickers that you can buy on CCO Podcast, commandercookout.com/store, and then put it on your deck box.
There it is. Mm-hmm. You got there.
Yeah, we did it.
I had that written down to say.
I did it.
And you just knew how to do it.
I just did it instead.
Well, the professional level of your abilities is
too damn high. Hell yeah.
Too damn high. Well, say some stuff to make it low. Balls. Stretching nuts over somebody's face.
Yeah.
Okay. Average CMC, 262.
Use my ball sack as a parachute. There we go.
There it is. 262.
Nice.
I think 3.0 is the new normal. Remember we used to say 3.5 is normal?
Yeah, it's going down.
I think that...
infinite sadness, but it's where we are.
Yeah. 29 different cards in Chris's deck than the regular standard deck.
I see that,
on EDHRec.com. 4 tutors.
4? It's too many.
lots. But I don't know. He's not getting anything that's going to win him the game because there's no win cons.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
But I think maybe that's probably why they're there, is to set up for when the win cons do exist. Because,
I suppose.
right?
I suppose. Well, and here's the new Spice Calculator, dedicated number of win cons.
Right.
Experiment Garage I counted because you're going to get somebody with that sometime.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then we've got lots of +1/+1 counter giving things.
Yeah, you could just pump your team.
Once there's one guy left, you could pump your own team and you could win.
Yeah.
So I counted like combat damage as the other win con for this deck, giving us 2 win cons. You punch it all in, 44.46944.
It's not too bad.
There's a 6/9 in there.
Nice. And like 5 4s.
5 4s.
It's too many 4s.
Yeah.
Several 4s.
Several 4s. Now, if we cut down to 1 tutor like I suggested, 58.9.
Dang.
6/9. So Chris Von Doom gets nice no matter what he does. We're going to give him honorary spice today because it's a brand new commander. He found some unique cards that we've never played before.
Yeah.
Some cards that we couldn't even describe the art of. And I think all of that is important.
That magnet thing is ridiculous. I want to play with that now too.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one of those.
Yeah, get your magnet counters, boys and girls.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to get one of them. That's going to be ordered from FusionGamingOnline.com in the very near future.
Yes, with CCO Spring promo code, CCO Perks promo code if you've never used it before and you're spending over $100. Doing so, of course, lets everybody at Fusion know that their partnership with you boys is a good one.
Yeah, we're super sweet.
Final thought of the day.
Final thought of the day. Chris Von Doom, we hope that this little episode brought your spirits up a little bit. We know you're going through a rough time. Those who know. Those who don't know, suffice it to say that it's a good idea to raise Chris Von Doom's spirit these days. The deck was cool. I like that it's a cat visor. I like that it does something that is a little different, and it does the group hug thing without the other group hug thing of saying, oh no, my deck is super fun and super fair and it's just here to play, and then scumbag you with a dirtbag combo, where this one is just like, hey, your guys are big and you're going to attack each other and then I'm going to pick the bones, because it's good to say that. So big thanks to Von Doom for sending the list in. We hope you feel better soon, buddy. For anybody who's listening to this today instead of on Monday or Tuesday when we release it, we're going to see you in Regina real soon. For everybody else, we're going to see you at a Magic Fest near you, hopefully sometime in the summer or fall when we can get there. Speaking of getting there, we have got there at the end of another episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!